Hey friends, it's Laura with Laura's Handmade Haven. Welcome or welcome back. I'm so glad you joined me today. We are working on our Kaleidoscope Quilt series, and this is our Scrappy Strips 2 quilt. In the description box down below, you're going to find a planning guide for this quilt. Now, I'm not going to give you all of the cutting and measuring and assembly tips in those because I want you to come back and watch my videos, but I do have a lot of useful information in the planning guide to help you get your fabrics together and help get organized. And there are cutting labels in there to support today's video, so you will be able to print those out and clip those onto your fabric so you can get your quilt project organized along with me. So go ahead and print out your project guide and then join me at the cutting table and we will start organizing and cutting our fabric for our Kaleidoscope quilt. By the end of this video, all the fabric for the quilt will be cut, labeled, and ready for sewing. So the first thing we're going to do is grab our Strippies set. And these are all of our gorgeous Kaleidoscope fabrics. And I'm just going to sort these into kind of color families. And then we're going to pull out what we want to use for our 16 blocks in our quilt top. I'm going to go ahead and take this one Strippy out of the pile because I know I need 20 for the blocks and 19 for the piano key border. So I'm going to have one extra strip anyway, and this strip is going to serve a purpose of being an extra strip from my binding. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to just kind of arbitrarily decide what I want in the main blocks of the quilt and what I'm going to reserve for that piano key border. So I'm kind of sorting two things at once. Not only am I doing the main blocks, but I'm also doing that piano key border. So for the main blocks, I just want to make sure that I have a really good variety of colors in my blocks. So I'm just going to go through and make basically 4 sets of 5 because I know that's what I'm going to need for those blocks. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to use these strips together. I will sort these a little better before we start doing our blocks, and that's going to be in the next video. But for right now, I'm just going to set these to the side, and these are going to be for the middle blocks in our quilt. That should be 20 strips for the main blocks. We're going to go ahead and make sure we count the other ones and make sure we have 19. I know I have 5 here from the earlier sorting. All right, so all of these, I'm going to fold these up together upon themselves. Go and get my cutting labels, cut off the one that is for the main blocks, use one of my clips and clip it on, and I'll just stack this in my project box. Now these strips are for the piano key border, and I did reserve all of the strips that had white in the background. I wanted to keep those whites out of the center of my quilt because I knew I had white sashing coming up. All right, and sashing is the next thing we're going to cut. Now you may remember that when I was doing my measurements and organizing for my quilt, I realized that I did not have enough fabric in the Kaleidoscope line to do the sashing for my quilt. So I am pulling out of my stash and I'm using the white chalk basics from Benartex fabric. And I need 10 width of fabric cuts for my sashing because I do need 40 sashing pieces. Now, if you have printed out the project guide, this is a great time to start taking a few notes, just in case you need some measurements when you're cutting. I need 10 2.5 inch width of fabric strips for my sashing. And you can do this a couple different ways. I am going to attempt to cut them without having to move all the strips on my cutting mat. Now I am not using the cutting mat. I am using the ruler, and I'm making sure that I stay in line with the edge of the fabric and the fold of the fabric. So this is one of those situations where I'm not using the quilting mat, but I am using my quilting ruler to make sure I have that 2.5 inch strip. Now these strips will all get subcut to 10.5 inches long, because we're making 10.5 inch square blocks for our quilt. Now I do know that I have a little bit of wiggle room with this, but not a ton. So I need to be pretty conscious of using my fabric efficiently. I'm just gonna use my 12.5 inch ruler here and lay it on top of my strips. And of course I'm gonna make sure I count before I cut. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.5. Have my sashing cut, so I'm just going to label those. The next thing I'm going to cut are the cornerstones, and for that I'm using the Flutter Orange and Flutter Blue from the Kaleidoscope line. For the cornerstones, they are also going to be a strip set, and they're going to get cut at 1¼ inches wide. I need 3 of each. I'm just going to lay them on top of one another and cut them at the same time, just to speed it up a little bit. All right, so I'm going to do a little math here. 1¼ times 3 is 3¾ so I'm just going to move my ruler over to 3¾ and make one cut and then subcut them down. The next thing I'm going to cut is the inner border, and that's going to be out of the Flutter Dark Blue, and I'm going to do the same thing for it. I need 6 width of fabric cuts from this, and so they're all going to be at 2½ inches. So I'm just going to lay this out on my cutting mat, and I'm actually going to fold it over because I want to be able to cut 2 at a time just to speed it up a little bit, because you guys know that I do like to do things more efficiently when possible. I'm just going to make sure that the folded edge is straight on a line on my cutting mat. Trim off the edges, and then I'm going to use my ruler to measure over 5 inches because I need 2½ inch strips, so I can cut 4 pretty quickly like this. All right, the next thing we're going to do is that middle border, and our middle border is from this Kaleidoscope green fabric. This is gorgeous. This was the intent from the very beginning, that this is going to be kind of like a main border in the quilt. I just love how bright and cheery it is. It's really not in my typical fabric choices. When I think about making a quilt, I don't typically gravitate to bright prints like this, but these Kaleidoscope fabrics just make me so happy when I look at them. Okay, the middle border is 4½ inches wide, so you need 6 4½ inch width of fabric cuts for this. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my binding for this project, and I need 7 width of fabric cuts. And I do not have enough fabric here to get all of those. But remember, that's why I set aside that one strippy with the same white and gray flutter. And I'm going to cut them at 2½ inches. So I'm going to go ahead and move over to the 5-inch mark so I can move back and get 4 cut. And they actually did give me enough to go ahead and get a 7th strip out of this fabric. So I am going to go ahead and do that, because that way all of my binding strips will have that straight rotary cut edge. I am going to put the 8th strip with it just because, just in case when I'm sewing them together, maybe, you know, if I'm a few inches short or something, because I kind of plan my binding pretty close to the perimeter of the quilt. We are almost done with our cutting for this quilt. Can you believe it? The only thing we have left to cut for the quilt is the corner blocks. And I want to think a little bit about this because I can cut off the width, but not the length of this piece. So I want to cut from one of the selvage sides, and I'm going to cut 4 6½ inch squares for the corner blocks on the front of my quilt. Now, I could use the blue and the orange, or I could use that Kaleidoscope green that we talked about. I had plenty of those that I could use, but the intent was to use this backing fabric on the front of the quilt, and I'm gonna stick to the plan. Now, the wide backs do have quite a big selvage on them, so just make sure that you are, you know, out of the selvage before you do this cut. And since this is 6½, I'm going to move this to a straight line on my quilting mat and move over 6½ inches. And of course, before I cut this, I'm going to measure again and make sure I'm in the right spot. Now, I actually accomplished 2 things here because I'm not going to cut my backing down quite yet. I'm only going to take off what I need for those corner blocks. And I'm going to go ahead and put this is the fabric I'm using to extend that backing fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and put that inside here, and I will clip this on to the entire thing. And then when I get to the point where I want to put my backing together, I will have everything together and ready to go. And I did tell you wrong on this. Actually, these are 6-inch squares, not 6.5. So we're going to go ahead and just square these up to 6 inches. But taking about 7 inches off of that backing is not going to hurt anything because we only need about 84 of it. So we have a good 20 inches to spare. This can go back into the fabric stash to be used, and these will go into our project box. Before wrapping up my cutting and organization session today, I'm just going to get my quilt pieces aligned and organized out for me. I know that the quilt top center needs the main blocks, the cornerstones, and the sashing. So they're going to go on one design board inside my project box. The next design board is going to have my borders on it. So I can just put my inner border. I'm going to go ahead and put my corner blocks here on the bottom because there's just 4 of them, the middle border, and all of the strippy sets for that piano key border. And that's going to be on the next design board inside my project box. And then in the very bottom is going to be that backing and binding because that's probably the last thing I'm going to do. So these will just all sit in here, all nice and neat and ready for me. So next time I have time to work on this project, everything is in the project box and ready for me to sit down at the sewing machine and start sewing. In the next video, we're going to start building out our blocks and officially start building all of those strips of fabric into our gorgeous kaleidoscope quilt. If you're sewing along, don't forget to download your project guide. It's linked in the description box below. If you have a comment or suggestion, please feel free to reach out. Before I wrap up today, I do want to say thank you to Benartex for supplying all the kaleidoscope fabrics for my Scrappy Strips 2 quilt. Until next time, find joy in all you do. Carve out some time for crafting and creating. And remember, it's always better when you make stuff up.